After watching this video, you will start searching two things. What are those? You have to watch. People ask me what is the fastest way to go to Canada. So I decided today to speak a little bit about the two least difficult ways where you can go to Canada and settle there. So the first thing first, I've described many times in my videos that there is no such thing as shortcut in life. ASAP is poison. So if you decided to work on this project for the next 6, 8 months, 10 months, what is your roadmap? Are you planning for study, business, job, family reunion, permanent residence? What is the reason? Each route requires different approach, different requirements, and different documentation. No matter which route of exit you will take, there are some fundamental soft skills that are required. You should be consistent. You should have a lot of patience. People in hastiness missed a lot of details and the results will be disappointing. Time will pass without desired outcome. So you have to think wisely and act objectively. So don't yield and ready to accept the results even if they are not in your favor. Now we can have a glance on what are the different streams to go to Canada. Tourism, visit visa. People also ask me, is it possible if we can come here on a visitor visa and find a job? The answer is yes and no. Many people who arrived here on a visitor visa, they usually apply for asylum, and that's a tiring and frustrating procedure. I don't recommend it. Study permit, self-financed and funded program. Work permit, employer tied and open work permit. Permanent residence, federal skilled worker program via express entry. And business immigration, family reunion. Now come to the first least difficult stream to go to Canada, and that is study permit. Yes, I repeat, this is a study permit. Although I have described the details of self-financed and funded program in both separate videos, but here I'm just going to briefly describe the steps and process. For self-financed study, the first step is IELTS. Every person who wants to avail this least difficult opportunity must appear in IELTS and get a higher score. Do your research of your intended program, target city, colleges, universities. Gather your documents. Apply for your program of study in 3-4 shortlisted colleges and universities. Pay the processing fee. Get a GIC, Granted Investment Certificate of 10,200 Canadian dollars from any Canadian financial institute. Apply for study visa online. Get your passport with the visa stamp, buy the ticket and fly to Toronto International. The entire process takes 4 to 6 months and 25 to 35 Canadian dollars. The second category of study permit is research-based funded program. In that case, the first thing you need to do is research the potential research programs of your interest, relevant professors, scientists, laboratories, universities. You can find an open advertised position, MS or PhD. If an open position couldn't find, you can start communication with professors and scientists that are relevant to your research. In either case, if you start communication with professors individually, in that case you need a very important, very significant document, that is a research proposal. So you need to spend some time in drafting an original research proposal. In either case, if it is an open position or if it is generated by your communication, once you accepted by a professor, by a scientist, then you need to apply for admission to the university, and the rest of the procedure is very straightforward, very easy. What are the benefits of a study permit? Once you complete your studies in Canada, whether it's a degree program or a diploma program, your chances of getting a job in Canada are way higher than a person with a foreign qualification. You are in a better position to comprehend the system. Once, in either case, like a self-financed or funded program, on completion of your studies, you are eligible to get post-graduation open work permit that is equal in duration of your studies. And finally, once you have a Canadian degree or diploma, you have a Canadian work experience, your eligibility requirements to qualify for permanent residence under federal skilled worker program by express entry will be much improved. I assure you, once you start the process and commit to work consistently, you will get the results. This is the least difficult stream to exit. So the second least difficult stream, let me tell you a story. I met a person few days before. He migrated from Istanbul. He was telling me his story of immigration. He told me that I applied for immigration from Istanbul. It took many years, was a very frustrating process, collecting all documents, medical exam, IELTS certificate, police information check, blah blah blah. But once I got the immigration, I landed at Vancouver International. Few months later, I decided to sponsor my wife. And Government of Canada didn't ask anything from my wife. So actually he was somehow criticizing the system. Under skilled worker immigration, Government of Canada has set 6 selection factor criteria to assess the skills of the people who migrated to Canada, but in terms of spouse, nothing, 0. You only need a marriage certificate. That's all. So you follow my point? The least difficult way? Find a spouse here. Make a strong bond, very strong, aggressive bond, I would say. Once the situation reaches the break point, you will get the results. You will be here. And please don't ask me to do anything regarding this. There are plenty of platforms available these days. Dating sites, chat room, matchmaking. Explore them. And I assure you, believe me, once you start working on this, you will come to Canada. It will change your life forever. I hope I was able to convey the 2 least difficult streams to go to Canada. And I wish you best of luck with respect to your dreams of availing the fastest and easiest route of exit that will land in Canada. Have a wonderful day.